Hey everybody, this is Jessica from ArtistryinCards as part of JessicaLynnOriginal.com. So I thought it'd be really fun to make this Barbie card. I found the illustration in a Barbie coloring book and I decided to go ahead and take it right out of there, and I'm going to actually use that page to make my card. Now, one of the coolest things I have is my brother's Scan and Cut. It's been a while since I've used it, so I had to dust it on off and get it working again. But one of the cool things about it is that obviously this is just a coloring book page, so I don't have any die cuts. It's one of the reasons I absolutely love it, is that I do a lot of one-off crafting, and it's really nice for me to be able to just go in, go ahead and create my cut files, and then actually go in and sometimes actually cut them out of additional paper. So this one I'm setting up right now that it's going to actually scan the Barbie name and make that its own pattern. Now I'm going to show you in a little bit what I'm going to do with it. It's really cool, but right now I told it just to find a certain edge all the way around the design because I really like a nice white crisp edge. And then watch, let me just peel this right off the paper. Love this. So you can see how cute she is, all cut out and ready to color. Now I did tell you I'm going to make this for a birthday card, and I found this really cool paper from Chasing Rainbows. It was part of a set. And what I did was I used the Brothers Scan and Cut, and I cut out the words Barbie, which I thought was so cool. And it's like this weird reflective paper. For some reason when my Brothers Scan and cut it, it looks like one little spot there did not cut. So I'm just going to grab my scissors and just trim it out. Not a big deal, but wait until you see how this shines. Like, it is so cool in the light. Now watch, let me just make it all reflective. Look at how cool. It's like superstar kind of, I don't know, it's so Hollywood. It's so fun. Like, I just think it's going to make this card perfect. And it almost kind of looks like I cut out glass in person, which is really cool. And my plan is to eventually, I'm going to go ahead and put glue on the back, and see, I'm going to put it right into the actual there. So obviously I have to color it first, but when we get to that point, I'm going to go ahead and actually glue this in when I'm all done. Then we just throw that little on the little eye there. There we go. Just so you can get kind of an idea. I think this is going to look great. I was actually surprised. The first time I used my Brother's Scan and Cut, I could never figure this out. After a little playing with it, I was able to finally figure this out, but now I've had it for quite a few years, and I love it. It's one of the best tools I've ever bought. So we're going to go ahead and color this in. I'm going to use a mixture of Copic markers, obviously in Barbie blondes and tons of pinks. So we'll go ahead and build up our colors. This is going to look great. I'm really excited about this card. And one of the suggestions I have is always go lightest to darkest, because remember, you can always add color, can't remove it. And so a lot of times I'll put in shadows and highlights using the same color of Copic marker, which really helps build a beautiful tone for skin or hair. And this is going to look so cute. I cannot wait. So let's go ahead and color her in Copics. One of the last tricks that I love to use when coloring, especially with the Copic markers, is to come back in with this white ink pen. It's almost like using paint over top of it, so it sort of covers everything. One of the suggestions I do have is just make sure that the Copics have already kind of set or kind of dried a little bit before you start. Otherwise it kind of bleeds the white a little bit, not horribly. But typically I will use the white to clean up any like bleeding that happened, or you know, kind of spark up the teeth color or the eyes, just to make them really pop. So now that that's done, we're going to go ahead and glue this on it. I'm just going to use my regular roll of glue. Put a piece of paper behind it just so it doesn't get all over my desk. And then I'm going to go ahead and put it right onto the colored image that I created. And I am hoping that when this flips over and looks good, I'm hoping it looks not just good, but just like it was meant to be there. So fingers crossed. Oh my goodness, this is looking so cute. So again, all I did was I used my brother's ScanNCut. I created a pattern from the text, made it the identical size, cut it out, and then literally like paper pieced, I suppose is the way you could say it, this sparkly, almost glass mirror looking piece underneath her. Super happy with the way this turned out. She's starting to kind of set and color and dry quite nicely. I did add a little bit more yellow. Those are all the different markers that I used. You can see there were quite a few involved. But I really like that I added a little extra pop of yellow to her hair. It was looking a little faded and I just was not loving that. So really like the way she turned out. So the next step is to go ahead and get the actual card itself all prepped. I did purchase, they had these, Hobby Lobby's had these value packs where they're kind of already ready to go. There are multiple ways to create your own cardstock for cards. I don't know. I don't want to waste my time doing that. It sounds so bad. But this rainbow paper, I love it. It has some really fun like hologram kind of paper, lots of glitter stuff. And honestly, Barbie would look great with any of these backgrounds. And it was a really tough choice. Like, I love that. The rainbow binder, I think, looks so pretty. That looked beautiful, like if it was Valentine's Day. I love that one. Let's see. It looks okay. A little Holly Hobby, but not my favorite. The rainbows and the unicorns, not even that one was, even that was not that bad. That one was a little much for me. It just didn't feel right. The rainbow one was really my favorite. And then I started thinking, I need a little bit more kind of relief in there. And so when I saw this, it had the white. And I thought, you know what, that's exactly what I need for this card. And so I'm going to just fill the whole base. So let's just get that on there. A little bit of glue. And then I'm going to go ahead and line it up on the left-hand side. And I'm going to cheat and I'm just going to cut it out with a pair of scissors. I probably should get my little, like, cutter, my little cutting tool, like a little guillotine kind of thing. I also have one of the little sliders. But I decided just to use scissors. I use long scissors though, so when I do it, I only take like 1 or 2 full cuts, which helps me get a better straight edge. So we're going to glue Barbie right down and onto this really pretty background. And I like it because it's like a pink that kind of fades into an orange, and you can see it even fades out. So I really like that. So let's get Barbie on. There we go. Little walk in the glue. All right, let's take a look and see how she looks. Oh, this is so cute. Such fun. You know, in coloring books, that's the fun of it. Like, it's just, you know, if you're making like a one-off for a specific event, you know, I just like to be able to use that. I mean, don't get me wrong. One side note I will say is just make sure that if you're going to purchase stamps, just make sure you buy them from the vendor themselves. A lot of times, like Amazon or some of these other websites, they may not be selling stamps that were made by the original vendors. You could be purchasing stolen art, other stuff, so just be careful with that. On the back of the card, I actually wrote Knuff cards, you know, like the whole Ken, you're enough kind of thing. Cards with a K. So I thought that was kind of funny. And hopefully she will like that. And then I thought, you know what, the inside needs just a little something extra. So I cut a strip. Okay, so watch what I'm going to do. I'm just going to put this on the inside. And then I'm going to trim off the top and bottom. There we go. And then I have a sheet of paper that I cut that was about 3.5. by 4.5, so it's a bit smaller than the actual card, but this is where I'm going to write her happy birthday message, and let me just put that in. There we go. Perfect, and I have a nice clean spot to write. Well, thank you so much for watching. Be sure to click on the little icon so that you can subscribe to our channels. I'm trying to build this channel up to 1,000 subscribers. And then be sure to go ahead and take a look at the 2 videos that I offered on either left and right hand side that I think would be great videos for you. So I look forward to seeing you again soon. Take care, everybody.